Hey everybody, I'm Renee. I am the owner of Charm by Nay, a little teeny tiny candle company that I am trying to make into a medium-sized company. I just wanted to make a video because I've not done very many YouTube videos and I have been making candles for over a year now. And so I feel like I'm still a beginner, but I wanted to just give some inspiration maybe and motivation to other people who are starting their own candle company. I don't have a fancy schmancy workshop, so you can see I work out of my home, and that's just a quarter of my supplies over there. But I wanted to kind of give, like I said, some positivity, inspiration, and maybe answer some questions because when I first started, as I'm sure that you have done if you're making your own candle company business, I watched so many videos. I researched and researched so that I could, gain the knowledge, do the trial and error thing. I do not have a whole buttload full of people who are working for me, of course. I'm sure that when you start a candle business, you think, I'm going to make loads and loads of candles because when I go on Etsy, I see people who have sold 50,000 candles. Okay, and you can aspire to do that. But let's do a reality check, okay? And that's what I'm here for, because you have to start somewhere. And it's really about learning how to make a good product. I will tell you, I'm about to drop some names, so I'm just going to warn you because I am that kind of transparent person. Two people who have really helped me to learn about making candles, being realistic. They both have very different avenues of making their candles, etc. They've both gone through struggles, and their candle company is, growing, etc. Two people that I follow are Wade from Black Tie Barn. Thank you, because your videos are very, very informational, and it's provided me with lots of answers that I had questions to. I had no one else to really pick up the phone, text, etc. And that's been very helpful to me. So thank you, Wade. I appreciate that. The other person that I do love to watch is Nick at the 1994 Candle Co. Nick, thank you, because watching your video last month made me feel like I can continue to do my candles. When you start a new business, you're excited at first, and then you start doing your testing and buying things and trying new things and doing your social media and doing it every day, and it becomes overwhelming. And then you think, I'm just going to quit. But you can't. You can't do that, because with every dream that you have, there is going to be struggle. There are going to be wins. There are going to be some losses. So casualties are going to happen. Okay? Everyone has gone through it. So I do want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for putting your information where I can see it. And that's the whole purpose for social media, is so, we may not all be in the same area of the country, so sales are going to be different, products are going to be different, etc. But that information about making a candle is pretty much the same. So when you decide, yes, this is what I want to do, some of the things that you're going to need to decide is, what kind of candles do I want to make? Where do I want to sell them? How do I want to sell them? Do I want to sell in person? Do I want to sell online? Do I want to do both? I don't know what's popular in my area, so you just trial and error. when I started, I don't know who I thought I was. I think that I thought I was one of the Kardashians and just started buying and buying and buying. I'm going to buy this wax and this wax, and I'm going to buy this vessel and that vessel. Slow your roll, okay? Because who you are in the beginning as a candle maker is going to change, because you're going to keep watching videos and you're going to see people who have tried that vessel or that wax or whatever, and you're going to be like, I don't want to do that. I'm going to show you a little example. I started with this vessel here. It's a 10-ounce glass tumbler. It's a great reusable glass jar, okay? I like this vessel. It's great. There's a smaller one like this. It is a 8-ounce, and I have both of them, okay? I thought this was a great little jar because, you know, after you melt a candle to your customer and they're like, what am I going to do with this jar? That's always my selling point. It's like, hey, it's a reusable one. Or you can bring it back to me and I'll give you a discount and use that same jar, another jar. I can use this jar again. So that's always a, you know, depending on how you sell, etc., just something to, you know, I heard from someone. Then I saw these two little jars right here. The little matte black or white jars, okay? They're cute. Yeah, they're cute. They're 7 ounces. You know, and it's so great. Fruit Loops. Anyway, not me, the smell. Anyway, those were really good little jars as well. And then, as I said, my candle company started progressing. So it's like I kept watching videos, and I'm like, I just don't want to. I see other jars and they're amazing and they have sold 50,000. So I'm going to do that too. Slow down. First, you have to understand what it is to make a candle. It's just not melt some wax, put it in the jar, we're done. It's not like that. I don't, it's not. Depending on what kind of wax, what kind of wick, what kind of dyes, what kind of fragrance, all of those things affect your candle. So I would suggest to put your sights on one wax. I myself do soy candles, and I have looked at other people who do. I also do beeswax, but I focus on soy candles. It's just very easy. It's very easy to work with. I have worked with American Soy Organics, Freedom, Millennium, and I've worked with IGI 6006, which is my favorite. So you have to decide on a wax, decide on a jar. I would say, you know, whatever your budget can afford. I got 2 different size jars and 2 different types of jars. Okay, 3 different jars, okay? But as I progressed and saw what the popularity was of those types of jars, I've been progressing to something else that's easier to work with for me. It's more popular for me. Again, your area may be different. I am in Texas, you know, where it's 105 degrees, and I'm going to tell you thank you, Nick, for that video last month, because I felt like I wanted to give up. Everything was overwhelming. I can't sell my candles successfully in the heat when it's 105. So that made me feel so much better when you shared your feelings, because I know you will all get there and you're like, I'm going to give up, but you can't do it. So anyway, once you decide on what kind of candle you want to make, choose a wax and choose a wick. One of the things that I do like about American Soy Organics, which that is a wax that I started with. You don't have to start with that one, but what I like is that it has this little QR code right here, and it has a video that gives you instruction, and you can watch it and learn from that. and see if that is what works for you. And what works, I mean, you choose a wick and you choose the fragrance you want. If you want to put dyes in, you don't want to put dyes in. That's, also a learning curve. Test your candles. Don't make 20 candles and then test. Because then you're going to realize that your wick's not strong enough, and you're going to have to fix that situation. All 20 candles. Okay? So just slow it down. Test, 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 test. You will start to learn from your own experiences in creating a candle, and it helps tremendously to research so that you can see what options there are of making candles. Right now, I have one little boiler. It's a Toato boiler. Let me see if I can get it in here. It's just a small little boiler, and it's really easy to use. You just flip the lid after you've measured what kind of wax or how much wax you're going to put in here. Also, see this little handle? This is the on position. When you're melting, make sure it's in the off position so that no wax comes out, because that'll happen. Anyway, make sure you do that. And if you decide that you're going to put dyes in there, hey, have at it. There's lots of videos that you can watch about how much dye you should use. If you are on a site like Candle Science or the Flaming Candle, then they have tools that you can use in the website that will help you determine what kind of dyes to use, what kind of wicks to use, etc. If you just are learning on your own, that's about the way everyone else has learned. Okay, so trial and error. I just started using a couple of new vessels. Okay, I have already almost sold these, and I have already almost sold these. So I'm now planning for the fall, because like I said, I'm in Texas. So the fall might come in October or November. Anyway, so I found these other candles. You guessed it, that square candle from the dollar store. Okay, it's really nice. It has been so popular for me. It does not have a lid. So what did I do? Found the lid, plastic lid. And if that works for you, great. I do make this one. It is very, very popular. The lid does keep you from, going too high. So if you're going to put things on top of it, that's something you might want to think about. That's another thing that I have a whole bunch of customers that like this kind of candle. And before I even put this up there, do not be the candle police and leave me a comment about how I shouldn't do this, okay? I am very smart about this, and you should be too if you're going to sell your candles. That's right. Those are florets, okay? Make sure that if you're selling this tumbler, by the way, is a 16 ounce and it fits 3 wicks, and it's super great. I love it. Does it have a lid? No. So you have to buy custom lids. But make sure if you are going to sell your candles, make sure that you put a warning label on the bottom. Make sure that you put, I know you probably can't see that, but put the warning label on the bottom. Also, maybe put a card inside your candle that says, caution. I wish I would have got my little cards out to show you, but I have a card that has pictures with words under it, and it's like, this is dangerous. Make sure to put in a place you can watch your candle. Do not burn more than 3 to 4 hours, because You think I'm going to light a candle and I'm just going to leave it burning, etc. And some people do. And that's how fires start. So make sure that when you're in your candle business that you also take precautions of protecting your merchandise that you're selling, because someone's going to come back and make you liable for the fire that started in their house because of the little florets that are on top of your candle. So when I normally sell those in person, I explain to them in detail. So listen, I go through the little tutorial. I know that you think it's a candle. All you do, get a lighter, light it, done. But if you're selling them again, you want to make sure that you provide some safety words to each of your customers. And I do that when I, mail mine out. I use Etsy as my selling platform, as well as Instagram and Facebook. And I make sure I put my safety card in there. So, no candle police making any comments, please. I don't want that. So those are a couple of things that I just wanted to give you informational stuff for you to try to use for your candle company. I also do wax melts, and everybody does them a little differently. I just, as far as like shapes, I use these now. I've also used the clamshell, these little ones here, I have these and I use those as well. Right now I'm doing Christmas, so, stuff like this. They're really good things to put in your pop-up markets. A lot of people like to see variety. Sometimes it could be overwhelming to see too much. So I learned there as well. My first pop-up market was local, of course, and I was doing it in May, in Texas, May. It was a pop-up market outside. Did I have a tent? Yes, I had a tent. Did I have some fans in there? Yes. It's wax, Texas sun melting. Okay, so think these things through. I know it's common sense, but you really need to think about what will work for you. I now go to a pop-up market, and it's inside, so maybe try to focus on the things that you think will be successful, and just, it's a learning process. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a question, leave me a like. This is only my second video on YouTube. If you followed me on Instagram, I've got a lot of other videos, and you'll see some of my products. I'm a real person that's just starting their company, and hopefully I can help someone else with my message. I'm going to try to keep on providing some good content that is down to your level, or maybe you're starting out and you're like, yes, this works for me, or you're way past me, like Wade and Nick, Ashley, people like that. I look for you as inspiration. Eventually I will get there. So hope this helped you out, and I hope that you will give me a like and follow. I will bring you something new maybe in a few more days. Until then, check you later.